Gamer here, and I'm back with another episode. Okay, first game I'm going to showcase is this, and it's Haze, developed by Free Radical, and Ubisoft and Spike was the publishers. This was a first-person shooter released exclusively on the PS3 May 2008. With this title, I had a lot of fun playing the multiplayer, but overall, this game is really terrible, and many gamers at the time wasn't happy with this title. So this is Haze, and this is what the cover looks like, and the back. And as you see in the early editions of the game, used to have the PlayStation logo, and used to have the full name written, PlayStation. Bring it a bit closer. Used to have PlayStation 3 in full with the logo strip all around the casing. Okay, next is Street Fighter 4. Not much to say about this title, but all I can say is this game is legendary. Spent so much time playing on and offline, rinsing the hell out of this game. And this version, this copy is very special because you only get this cover art here if you had the collector's edition. So if you didn't buy the collector's edition, you would have just had the normal standard copy of the game, which everyone would get from your retail store. And yeah, this is what the cover art would look like. So there's the difference there. So yeah, spent plenty of hours battling friends and non-friends around the world and on local co-op. Excellent game. Brilliant in every single way, man. Enjoyed this game thoroughly. By far my favorite Street Fighter until this day. I know many will disagree, and yes, this was released July 2008 in Japan, but for February 2009 for me in the UK, and it was developed by Capcom. And yeah, this is a masterpiece. Street Fighter will never die. And if you're curious what the collector's edition did look like, it looked something like that. You would get a model of, well, a figurine of Ryu and Viper. And you would get a book, an art book with it. And also this unique cover art. One thing I got to say, Sony in the PlayStation 3 days, they gave the case a lot more care and attention and put more passion into the design of the game boxes. As you can see here, on one side you have the Blu-ray disc logo there, and on the other side you have the PlayStation 3, the word printed on the box in full on this side. And when you do see these on the game cases, the Blu-ray disc logo and the PlayStation 3 written in full, you would know that you had the early version of the software. So with all this extra decoration, it makes it look pretty stylish in my eyes. And it feels like you've got a top quality item when you see that. And even on the spine, it had the miniature abbreviation PS3 with the red background. But yeah, compared to what came after, there's no comparison really. As you can see, if you look at the PS4 case, it just looks cheap and effortless compared to this, you know. The PS3 case looks more like an antique now when I compare the two. So look at that, no effort whatsoever, just a cheap plastic looking case, nothing engraved. It's all PS4 on the cover art now, instead of designing the box like they used to do. Then Enslaved: Odyssey to the West, a blockbuster game from start to finish, and I would encourage anybody to play this game. And this is from the makers of Hellblade, and they are Ninja Theory. So Ninja Theory brought this world to life, and Bandai Namco had faith in the project and published Ninja Theory's vision. And this was released in October 2010. So yeah, quick summary. Main thing is when you survive the crash, you'll be in for an epic adventure. So as you see by the casing, the changes began. The lack of effort started when Sony did a case revision in 2009, and instead of the small PS3 logo on the spine, as what was in the beginning, they went big, and this was what the PS3 logo looked like on the spine now. Just slightly larger, dropped the red background, and the rest was history. And also they removed the PlayStation 3 on the box and just stuck with the Blu-ray logo in the top right corner. So that's what the case looked like after they'd done the revision. So instead of this was the new look. Me personally, I prefer the very first design of the Blu-ray boxes, which look like this, not this. We have Yakuza Dead Souls, and this game was developed and published by Sega. Instead of a JRPG, it's more like an action survival horror adventure. And this was the 6th installment in the Yakuza series. Brilliant spin-off, especially if you like dismembering zombies. And I forgot to mention, this was released June 2011. Next, Shadows of the Damned, which has grown to be a hidden gem. So you know what that means. It means nasty prices. And this was released June 2011, developed by Grasshopper Manufacture, and Electronic Arts were the publishers. Great game, and the moral of the story, you play as a character called Garcia Hotspur, and all you're doing is just slaying demons on the quest to save your true love. I recommend to play this 100%, especially if you still have the original hardware. And keeping to the subject, Electronic Arts, we have FIFA 11, released sometime in 2010. And this here, guys, what you can see is EA's Goldmine, which I got for pennies, so I just picked it up. Now, this is a PlayStation Move Sony commodity, sorcery. As you see on the cover there, guys, looking a little bit like Link. And you would need the Move controllers to engage with this application. And it was developed by Workshop with the backing of Sony Computer Entertainment. And they were obviously the publishers of this title. And this was released May 2012. And this is one Move game I know a lot about, and it's Racket Sports, one of the first early titles for the PlayStation Move. And this was released in 2010 and developed by Azobu, I think that's how you pronounce it, published by Ubisoft. I spent many hours playing this game and it just keeps you wanting more. Very hard to put down once you pick it up. Absolute classic, Racket Sports. My final PlayStation Move title is this, The Fight, Lights Out, developed by Coldwood Interactive, and it's published by Sony. And this game was released in 2010. And if you did have a 3D television, as you can see by the little 3D icon, bottom left corner. So if you had a 3D television, you could experience the interaction in all of its 3D glory. So yeah, this is the fight, lights out. When I played it, it seemed like it had a potential to be a good game. But I suppose you can't go wrong, especially if you have the legend Danny Trejo on the back cover. And for those wondering what a PlayStation Move controller looks like, they look like these two little bad boys right here. And many would be familiar with these from using it with your PSVR headsets. And last but never least, Grand Theft Auto Episodes from Liberty City. And what this is, it's a GTA 4 expansion pack, all crammed on one disc. So you can play the DLC episodes without actually having to own the copy of GTA 4. Now, the two episodes are called Lost and Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony. And this was released in October 2009. And as you see, it was developed by Rockstar North and published by Rockstar Games. I never did play the expansion, but I did play GTA 4 to death because the multiplayer in this was epic. And if you notice, all of the sealed games has the trademark PS3 logo wrapped firmly around the plastic. And what that does, it gives me peace of mind that it's the traditional and authentic version of the sealed games. 10 sealed games in all of its cellophane glory, and nice to have in my collection. Some are stupidly expensive and some are ridiculously cheap. Okay guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Even better, subscribe. Till next time, see ya.